I'm Adam Anschel for Pro Football Weekly with some draft news on a couple of the prospects. It's presented by Verizon Fios. I'm joined by senior editor Eric Edholm. Eric, let's start with TCU offensive tackle Marcus Cannon. Really just a sad situation.
He was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. The good news, Adam, is that this does appear to be a very treatable form of cancer. The doctors are going to put him on chemotherapy. It appears there's at least an 80% success rate in this case. They're looking at probably 12 to 24 weeks of recovery. Now, this probably will affect his draft stock. Obviously, we're thinking about the young man's health at this point, want him to get well. NFL teams obviously wishing him well. They got the information on Monday night. They'll process that and they'll change their boards. It looks like it will affect his draft stock, though, because we don't know if he'll be available in June, July, August, and going on from there.
Obviously, like you mentioned, the important thing is his overall health, but it's just a terrible thing to happen at this time in the process. It's going to hurt his status. Now, there's, like every year, that we've heard reports now, and PFW has confirmed them, that 3 players have failed drug tests at the Combine for marijuana. They include Iowa defensive tackle Christian Ballard, Georgia's outside linebacker Justin Houston, also Florida offensive lineman Maurice Hurt. So what does this do for their draft stock?
Well, you know, it's interesting when NFL teams look at players who do test positive. First of all, these players know they're going to get tested at the Combine. They're given this information ahead of time. So on the one hand, it shows a lack of responsibility, a lack of maturity, but you also have to wonder whether these guys are habitual users, whether they simply cannot stop using marijuana. So this raises some red flags for NFL teams. When you look at Ballard, he was a player who was seen as something of a project, probably was going to go in that 2nd to 3rd round range. This could drop him off some boards entirely. There already were some questions about his work ethic, his character. So this could probably drop him into the 3rd round range for sure. The interesting thing with Houston is he was one of those borderline 1st round picks. The Packers were connected to him at 32. They were thought to be a possibility. The Jets, obviously looking for a pass rusher outside. But I think this might push him out of the 1st round, somewhere into that mid-2nd round range. Maurice Hurt was considered a late draftable guy. We're assuming at this point this could either push him out of the draft or keep him deep into the 7th round.
Yeah, I think the surprising thing is, like you said, is they know they're being tested. Yeah. It's not like the Combine came out of nowhere and it was a surprise. I mean, do they take into account just what a stupid mistake this is?
You know, sometimes immaturity is a factor. If you have a young player, like take a few years ago, Amobi Okoye was one of the youngest players in the draft. He was 20 years old. That didn't stop the Texans from taking him with the 8th pick in the draft. Andre Johnson tested positive as well. The good news is that Ballard told NFL teams ahead of time, look, there's a chance this could happen. He was up front with them, you know, took some accountability for it. So I think teams will somewhat reward him on that.
We'll just have to see it come Thursday, Friday, Saturday where these guys end up going. That is the latest draft news. For all of the draft latest news, make sure to follow us on Twitter or go to ProFootballWeekly.com.